Here, you can see that they're on month 15. And the delusionment with our institutions. So the end of democracy with AI predicting it. You can see the thing they've put together. I guess AI put together a video, how to survive. See, it's like this. It's they put together a video, and this is what they want. The end of democracy. This is their end goal. And for AI to predict it, like predictive programming, good morning, predictive programming, you have to realize if they can predict it, they can make it happen. That's how it is. We'll predict it, we will make it happen. Absolutely, they'll make it happen. They'll steer the pot so much to where it does happen. It says AI predicts an American civil war. And there are people who want a civil war. They are. I'm just going to tell you, there are people who want a civil war. You and your family wake up to an emergency broadcast. The United States is now in a state of an emergency. Well, let's see who is heading this state of an emergency. Is it FEMA? I can't see who it is. The federal, I don't know who that is. I really would like to see who that is. Good morning. Be a blessing. What agency do they got? Because FEMA is supposed to be, this is some kind of police department. This is, it's really why they put stuff out there 6 months before. 6 months before war, political polarization intensifies. Of course it's going to intensify. They've got everything in place to make this happen. They do. They're putting all bets on the table. They got this to happen. 6 months. So this thing comes out. Let's see. Well, this is the month of July coming. Good morning. August, September, October, November, December. 6 months before it. Stoking it. No, it's how could you survive the chaos, they say. How could you survive the chaos? Oh, it's going to be really hard. Get out of the cities. You'd have to get out of the cities. You really would. No, see, this is what they do. Actually, if in order for something like this to happen, I think that so you have people, okay, look what they did. They divided us against race in this one right here. They have divided us in race, it looks like. But they look how everybody's head is square. So you know AI, this is an AI developed thing because everybody's square. Everything is done in cubes. Isn't that interesting? An AI video where everything is cubes. It's AI who is doing it. They're using the media to rewind how we got here. That's what they're doing. They're using the media to get us all wound up. They have the people turning against, would we ever recover from it? Hello, good morning. If you're just tuning in, no, I don't want to make this my whatever thing I have to make it. I don't. The end of democracy is what they want. And the only way they can, have their one world government, they got to bring down all the other governments of the world. That's the only way they can do it. You can look and see it. This reaches far and wide, according to this. States and regions disillusioned with the federal government declaring something. I guess they're going to declare their independence. 7 days minus 7 days and counting. AI did pretty good making this video. I'm sure that no human being made it. Western Independence, Alberta. They even had to pull in Alberta, Canada. Minus 7 days. They've got it going all over the United States. They got it going everywhere. I'm not going to play this video. Knowing where to go and how to get there. The situation now escalates into a full-scale civil war. Month 3. Month 3. That is their end game. It is. In order for that to happen, they've got to do some really bad stuff, which they're on the precipice of doing it right now. They got to pull the gigantic rug out from underneath the people in the world, not just the United States. Well, if this is the United States, the end of democracy, they got to pull the rug out from underneath our feet. They got to do something really, really terrible. And then on the midst of this, they have a food shortage. Hello. The month is March. Is it like the March the 23rd? You know how they knocked down the Georgia Guidestones? How they shot a laser from space, or somebody in a vehicle like did something, shot some kind of projectile. We'll never know the full story. How they wanted only 7 groups of, I don't know, pure blood is how I looked at it. Pure blood to start over, keep the population under 500 million with it. Month 3. You know, it's interesting. They even have timestamps on this. They burning down the houses and stuff. It's an ongoing cycle. That's what they want. That's what they want. An ongoing cycle of violence and retaliation. They want it. They want to do that. Humanitarian organizations struggle to provide aid. People lining up. And see, everybody pays. Make sure to keep important document. Okay, I think this is a documentary. Make sure to keep your important documents into the passports. Is what's happening. You got people sleeping in shelters in case you're injured or you're separated. It's a nightmare. Oh my gosh, you all. It would be a total nightmare. Look, you should be ready to fight for your life, they said. If this happens, they got their ball bats, people running in the fields of the big city. It's just not funny. It's not funny at all. The Home Depot is boarded up. It's already been raided. This is what you're liable to see. People with their boats, you ain't getting nothing. You think you're going to go out on the water. They'll get you on the water, too. You ain't going to last long. Hello. You was just walking your dog, and for what it ever means, I just walked by 2 soldiers in the gear. This is New York, and these guys are from South America. Well, that's interesting. They're from South America. Now, you could have people who are donning different uniforms just to do it. They could be plants put in the United States. Well, rest assured, there are going to be organizations who bust people in to literally do this, like they did the last time. They bring the people in from all over to stir the pot, to make it think that it's the normal people doing it. They have the people dressed up, they rally them, they get them going, and boom. At least this is their plan. They want this month 6 now splitting apart. This is an AI prediction. There's people in the lines. Early 1990s become apparent. The war could last for months or years after the purge. Well, see, they want to do the purge. Sharing resources, information, assistance will improve your chances if you share. Months after the war. See, they got us in a war-torn city. Hello. Open borders. You're in the middle town of Ohio, Lori, honey. 0. Your state is this. Ground 0. Your state is ground 0. This is weird. It's a good morning. You've been fighting. You'll be die before you fight. I'll die fighting before that happens. They want it to happen. The monumental task of rebuilding a nation. See, you got to. Well, I will say this. If you look back in history, there is always, more or less, according to America, where a civil war takes place, a war of some sort takes place. It's like a cleansing again to pull the thing back into balance. There is something like that takes place. If you look back at the history, it is, I don't want to say it is called for, but there are groups of people saying, if that's what it takes to bring back the unity of the people, so be it. Because what they've done is they've destroyed this nation, and they went against the foundations of the whatever it is for what people stand for. It's probably going to happen. It really is probably going to happen because it's what it's they're going to do some cleansing in America. I'm just saying it's coming. And you may not be ready for it. You may be caught in the crosshairs. I may be caught in the crosshairs of it too. You may You may have to stand up for what you believe in, or you can just sit down and let them just tell you what you're going to believe in. Really, think about it. People are going to be standing up. This is the whatever month. Social, economic, and psychological scars will affect generations to come. Look, it looked like cardboard boxes. It is. It looked like cardboard boxes. Shanty towns. It's like a shanty town. The new government should promote reconciliation. Well, who? The year 10. I guess maybe this is, I don't know what they're planning on. This is hyperbole because there's going to be a one world government. I cannot see 10 years into the future another American Civil War would be a catastrophe of an unimaginable. Oh, it would. It would destroy everything. The conflict doesn't necessarily begin and end. Let's see. In the United States, okay, it's all around the world. The possibility of another world war seems more likely. Then we'll check out the AI. See, well, check out our video, AI Predicts World War III. See, this is it. I think AI is calling the shots, if you want to know the truth. I really do at this point. AI is calling the shots here. They're using it to. Food shortages, rampant looting lead to widespread panic. Clashes between armed forces break out across the country. Would America ever be able to recover from this devastation? Under the weight of escalating violence. See, they wanted to do that before. They wanted us to have a full-blown civil war. They're not going to stop until they make it happen. And there's people say, come on, we want it. We want it. We want to clean this house. We want a clean house. You're going to have people who want to clean house. You may be one of those people who want a clean house. I'm just saying, you just may be watching this video. Gina, I'm going to clean house. You're the first house I'm going to clean. I'm going to take you down, girl. You're going to be the first one. We're going to clean house by getting you out. I'm not going anywhere till my appointed time. I'm not. And but if the spaceships come and my massive mothership comes and says, "Okay, Gina, we're beaming you off this earth," boom, and then I go back to where I go from, like that. That's true, Jennifer. AI is not always bad, but when people use it for bad, that's the problem. They take something good and they use it for evil. That's what they do. They take something that is meant for good and they use it for evil. It's like you can use your car for good, for driving around, or you can use your car as something really bad, doing stuff to people, running into them on purpose and stuff and destroying things. Yeah. And there is a human component in everything. There is. Whether you are, you know what I was sitting and thinking this morning? In the city, I think that I am more prone to the 5G frequencies or whatever's up there, that it does affect me more so than in the country because I'm away from that technology. But in the city, it's a different type of frequency. It's hard to maintain a normal frequency that I would normally maintain, but out here in the country, it's easier to maintain my frequency. I have to really work harder in the city to even bring complete balance within my being. I was thinking that this morning. It is hard. Is it impossible? No. Is it a struggle? Yeah, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. Um, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's true, Esther, honey. Category 4 intensifying Barbados, Jamaica is on the same one. We've got hurricanes coming in. Thank you for being on here, Susan B. Honey. If you all start in chapter 6, something is in chapter 6. What's in chapter 6? What are you talking about? Because I'm not always looking. I'm rarely ever looking at the comments. What are you talking about? Chapter 6. You stay away from everyone to keep your frequency high. That's why a lot of people become isolated. That's why they become hermits. That's why they become Introverts, yeah. Um, Country boys will survive and country girls, yes. Oh, okay, Esther honey. Thank you for clarifying. AI predicts a civil war. They predict a World War III. It's just like Nostradamus too, and the Edgar Casey's and the Baba Manga. Everybody got their cell phones out with the AI generated. I'm just going to tell you when things were going on. I was recording it on my phone when the two were speaking. I was recording it on my cell phone. I literally saw the glitching and everything. I think it was all AI. I'm just saying that's all I'm going to say on it. It's AI generated. Um, there's something much deeper going on than what meets the eye. Yeah. Introvert, more fear tactics. They're using it. That's right. Um, I'm an introvert. I am. I like to isolate myself, but I'm not really isolating myself too much. You can't look at this. What if aliens are future versions of humans? Then you literally did a eugenics thing on them. If aliens are future humans, then you really did a number on the humans. You really have changed their appearance really bad. You have extrovert. Yep, Baba Vanga is spot on. Extrovert turned into hermit. Um, well, there's a lot of things that God won't allow, but then there's a lot. Western civilization, let me see this. Western civilization is being destroyed by its own decadence. No, it's being destroyed within. Because when I was homeschooling my children, they had this book. I forget which book it was, but there was a certain group of beings who said that the way that they would destroy America was from the inside out. That was when I was homeschooling my children in that book. They had it all planned out. So my children are in their 30s, so that's 15, 20 years ago from the inside out. And I think that it was pretty spot on, don't you think? It's been going on for a long, long time. 100%, we are spiritual warfare, good versus evil. That's right, it is a spiritual warfare. I'm not going to say it's not. But it takes a physical you also in this physical body when you're doing your spiritual warfare fighting. Also, because your mouth is it's a mouthpiece of your spirit within too. You can pray also. Prayer works wonders. You can pray in your own privacy and stuff like that, but when you have to get out in the public, it's another story. It is. You stick your face all the way out there. And no. This hypothesizing, what if the earth suddenly opens up? Well, what if it does? It's supposed to be a great earthquake, none like it has ever been seen before, and none ever will. Remember, like a great earthquake is supposed to occur? Right, that's in the Bible too. If you think about the Bible, well, Bible is just another book or whatever. No, it has some prophecy in it, along with other things. Wasn't there a supernova, a once-in-a-lifetime explosion? Is likely this summer. A dramatic cosmic explosion is they got all kinds of scenarios. They got everything out there, and if you read everything that they say is coming, you're going to drive yourself batty, and you ain't even going to have your thoughts even. You ain't even going to be able to compartmentalize within your own mind if you look at everything that these computers have going on. But you live in the world, and you're part of this world, and it's totally impossible to tune out the whole entire world because you have to live. You have to go to the stores. You got to interact with people. You've got to maintain a certain standard of living, whatever that standard of living is, and it's going to require you to communicate with others. You do not want to get to the point where you become so withdrawn within your being that you forget how to communicate. And I think that's what they're driving people to. Let's destroy their communication skills. Let's destroy their critical thinking skills. Let's destroy any type of communication that they might be good at. Let's get them to where they can't communicate. You heard Elon Musk, once they have the AI, the technology, you won't need to talk. You won't need to talk. It'll just be thoughts in your head. It'll be like mental telepathy, but it'll be artificial telepathy going back and forth in your mind. I'm doing all right. I'm making it just like everybody else. We're navigating these stormy seas of life is what we're doing, and I think we're doing a pretty good job despite what's going on in the world. A really good job is what we're doing. Navigating it and facing whatever comes our way. You may feel like you're not strong enough. You may think, I don't even know how I'm going to face what I got to face. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. I don't even know where I'm going to get the strength to do it. It's going to come from the inside of your being. So that's where it's going to come from. This is going down. It may not look like it on my chest, but it's went down so much already with what I'm doing. And I haven't started any treatment that has been subscribed or prescribed. I do go to my doctor on the 8th. I just want y'all to know I am going to the cancer doctor on the 8th for a checkup. And they know everything that I'm doing. They know what I'm taking, supplements that I'm taking. The best way to be is honest. That's all I got to say, be honest. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, this has went down significantly. And if I go like this, let me show you. If I go like this, it's like it's hard to even see it anymore on my chest. So the prayer works, and whatever I'm doing is working. If y'all have that cancer, yeah. And I'm documenting everything that I am doing. So upon dealing with the cancer that I am going to beat, I'm beating it. Why are you beating it, Gina? Because I'm determined to beat it. I am. I'm trying to keep my spirit positive and not go into fits of rage is what I'm doing. That's okay. I can blame it on the hormones because something that I am taking is literally, it's blocking the estrogen in my body. It's the kelp. The kelp supplements that I'm taking, which it is, it's blocking the estrogen. So if Gina seems a little out of whack, you can blame it on that. You can. But it's not having an adverse effect on my body like some of the other stuff that's out there. So if you're thinking, Gina, you are not acting yourself. That's why my hormones are like boo. But I think I'm doing pretty good with what I'm going through. I really do. Just like everybody else, you do what you can to survive, right? You can do it. Your mama beat it twice. That's right. It's good. Does this bother me? No, it don't bother me like it used to. It was quite unsightly. It was very, very unsightly. And the horror stories I heard from some of the doctors that I went through that tell me what they wanted to do to me, I'm not even going to repeat them. I'm not. No, it was a horror story, a massive horror story. No. Mm-mm. But I'm still going to the doctors. I am. I still get my blood work checked and everything is good. It's good. Yeah, you got your biopsy on July the 17th. There's a lot of it popping up all over the place now, isn't it? There's a lot of cancer popping up. There's a lot of disease popping up. And there's a lot of information out there that I would encourage you to surf for. You go ride those big waves of information. That's what I would encourage you to. Ride the waves of information so you can find whatever it is you need to find and get as much information that you can on whatever it is you're facing from a medical point of view and from whatever point of view. You want to know what all the medical experts are saying too. You truly do. As with anything. Information, knowledge and information is power. You want to have a broad range of information from many different speaking head, talking heads. You really do. I do. I want to know what everybody has to say. Every type of doctor that I have encountered, I read up on whatever it is they're telling me, the techniques that are used, I thoroughly research it. I read the white papers and everything that I'm taking, supplemental. I've read all the papers on them, white papers, and I'm still in the process of gathering. I'm gathering them all. I'm gathering, because here's something's going to happen in the future. When I went to the pharmacy to pick up something that was prescribed for me, I haven't taken it. I haven't, but I picked it up. And this person pulls up to the drive-through, and the pharmacy technician, the guy, I guess, he says, well, it's a good thing you came in today. She said, why? He goes, because we're going to be closed tomorrow. They said, well, why are you going to close tomorrow? Because it's a weekday, because they don't. He said, because the pharmacy person is not going to be in to fill the prescriptions that the people were going to have. They were going to close the pharmacy, because there was not going to be anybody there. There's nobody to replace them. This is the future coming through. People are just like, I think the guy was out on vacation or something. They had no one at all. Yeah. So you're going to have to you better be gathering whatever you can in the meantime to what works for you. If you can't go to the pharmacy, you better find something to have in your first aid kit, shall I say, into your first aid kit. Yeah. There's already shortages of medicines too. So you talk about a civil war, you can talk about food shortages. It's not just going to be food shortages. When the Walmarts close down and the other stores close down that have pharmacies, you're not going to get your medicine. You are not going to get your medicine. I'm just going to tell you. It's going to be like in the movies where they have to go and the people go loot the stores. The first place they're going to go is they're going to go back there to where all the medicines are, and they're going to grab them all. They're going to have teams of them. They're just waiting to do it. Oh, do we have a prescription medication shortages is what we've got. Medication shortages that are shortages. I spelt it wrong, but okay, I just said drug shortages. They got drug shortages. And even for your animals too, like food shortages. Is there a shortage of prescription drugs? The organizations reaching a record high of 323 drugs in the first 3 quarters of 2024. So, yeah, they got one. This is the current drug shortage list with the FDA. These are the current ones that there is a shortage of. You can see them right there. Tons of them. And you can slow this video down and pause it if you are wondering what's on the shortage, because these are, for the most part, updated. And you can have it on hand on this video. You want to go look for what you see. There's 300 and some odd drug shortages, and this is not the last. This is not a complete list, I think. There's probably many that are being added every day. Then there's antibiotics, there's heart medicine, there's blood pressure medicine, there's all kinds of things. I'm just doing this for some people who may not be able to go to this website to look at it. Okay, I've seen folic acid on there, anemia, insulin, lopamidol, I don't know, isolevel, Lindane, shampoo, magnesium citrate, sulfate. And you know, some of this is like what you could buy on the counter in a pill or some kind of sort, you know what I mean? Potassium chloride, Quantrill. I'm just doing this really fast, and then I am going to be going, okay? But I wanted to get this on here so you can see these are the shortages right there with the all of this kind of stuff. So that's the world we live in. We got shortages. You ain't going to just have, if you're going to have a civil war, you ain't just going to have windows busted out, riots in the street, stores looted, food shortages. You're going to have a medicine shortage. You're going to have a shortage of the medical professionals who are responsible for all of the hospitals and stuff like that. You're going to have shortages. It's going to be chaos if that happens, and then we do not want the chaos. We don't. So I am going to go, you all. Please give this video a thumb up. Hit that subscribe button. I will tell you this. They are unsubscribing people on this channel left and right. They are blocking the traffic to this channel. They're doing all kinds of things, and not just this channel, but a lot of other channels too. Look at this. Drugs in short supply often include sterile injectables and potentially life-saving oncology cancer treatments. Imagine that. Imagine that. And this is on the rise big time. It is. So you better do your research. I've done several videos on this channel. I'm talking about the parasites. I'm talking about I don't want no worms in my body. I don't want no parasites. Go through the last videos that I did, which in the past week. They got little cartoon characters or whatever. Look, read the comments, or look in the videos. Look, do your research. Do it for yourself. My left ear is burning, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because I can feel it. This is a good side in the spiritual realm. I'm gonna go. Thank you all for being on here. You can't get the like button. I'm not surprised. They don't want you to like it because they don't like me. They don't like our spirit. How about that? They don't like the spirit. That's okay. In the big scope of life, so be it. There's no love loss with them. There isn't. There's no spiritual love loss. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you, Susan B. Honey. Thank you all for this. That's right, all of us. That's right, Dustin, honey. They don't like us. We're going to make it because we're not going to give up. Love you. They do move everything around, Susan, honey. They move it everywhere. We got to move it, move it. Yes.